set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They go play action with Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
On third down, Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sullivan. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
At their own 26-yard line.
Set, 250. Hey, 50. I'm coming. My 55.
On first down, Stafford here. Flush to his right, and he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10.
Drill right, 22. Tight dog. Watch it. In the middle, let's go. Rush in.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
That was a really nice run there to bring up third and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
55. Hey, box truck. Hey, easy. Give me that ball, defense.
Stafford on third down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a second and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
You go tight. 32. You go tight right there. Sweat 61. Matchbox light. Hey, 22. Hey, 22. X3. 218. Chopper. Watch the sweat.
They'll run here with Ballage. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Let's set a tone. Let's set a tone. Hey.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Cannon. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Justin Houston coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Watch the screen. Check 4. Check 22. Crash. Check. He's checking. Crash. Hey. Go. Hey, 70.
Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
I got it. Hey, easy. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. I got it. Big 20. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Bravo.
Now Stafford. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Check three. Lock in.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about
down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Kalen Ballage with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Trubisky gets around him, looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Six, pull it high. Hey, 18.
Out of the gun, Trubisky over the middle, complete. It's Sullivan. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. Now Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On second and very short, Stafford nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Check 99. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. 25-7. Check 25.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. Justin Houston able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned the block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Ship. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Zero. 51 to Monday. Hey, Alpha.
Back to the air. Stafford on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now it's Stafford. This will be caught at about the 6. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much since. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. From 10 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 17-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot. Helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sullivan. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The result, a first down as the quick slant gets him 14. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On second and goal, Trubisky to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And this one is right through. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Middle. And middle.
Second and 10, Stafford again. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Stafford now to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
Check.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
53, ready. Switch gears. Omaha, ready to move. Check 24. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, look, give me radar.
From the 25 on second down, Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Darius Slay with a pick. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up with the flaw.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Lions have taken the lead.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Set, 180, 970, 11. Check.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Coaching still. Check 15. No. 53, ready. Hey.
Now Balaj. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Slam, slam, slam. Omaha, ready to move.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. 10. Stick guy, check stick guy. Easy. Stay 50, stay 50.
Out of the gun, Stafford. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
50. Watch twist.
Here's Jenkins on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Balaj. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Check 52. Check the middle. Check 9. 32. Zero. Switch.
On third down, a run by Matt. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And some room to maneuver. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Let's get this.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Sit up. 180. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want none.
On 1st down, Trubisky. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Jonathan Abram picks it, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 54 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
You draw quarter. Second time, defense, let's go. Say. Jim. You go tight. You got tight right there.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
48. 260.
On first down, it's Stanford. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
High 7. Here, Jim. Watch twitch. 59. Check out 59.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford going to throw deep for the end zone. In for the score. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Next to score, Raiders 20, Lions 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he finds Howard complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzama, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Trubisky to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Trubisky now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're cuffed.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 24, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
On 3rd down, it's Mack. He's got a first down past the 30, and he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Here we go. Check. He's checking. Crash. Check three. Hurry. No.
They run it with Balaj. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
20.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now a handoff here to his running back. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
And again this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check. 36. Check.
Here's Marlon Mack. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
It's now 4th down.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. He's crossing. He's chasing.
They'll run for it. It's Mack. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Here's Mack. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
You got Oshima right there. Hey, look, 48. Hey, you don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. You left me, Drew. Hey. Hurry. Mike, 48. Stay 50.
Stafford. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Here's Trubisky. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Watch the safety creep. Like 7.
One last throw here for Stafford. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty.